Hello there. Hey, this is the training for Domani Home Design, project management, and setup. So we're going to just start off with some project management tools that we use here at Domani Home Design. Um, I always am a believer that we should use the tools that are the most commonly used and the most widely used. So the first one is Google. Google has all sorts of products and tools that we can use to facilitate the communication and the project management with the clients. And they're tools that clients, most people are familiar with. So the first one that we use is the Google Drive folder. I always set up a shared Google Drive folder with the clients so that they can share any inspiration photos or any sketches that they've done, any documents that they've signed for me. They can easily add them to that Google Drive folder. And it eliminates that whole email back and forth and trying to organize it into a folder on a hard drive or anything. It's something that we can all access and see together. The next thing is a Google Calendar. Super easy. Share a Google Calendar. I will set up a specific Google Calendar with them. So I create a new calendar and it's the homeowner's name, and I share that Google Calendar with them. And in that calendar, it's really loose calendar, but it helps us to see when their start date is and to know when the project target dates, just like some goals that we have as far as we're going to start this day, by this day we're going to have, the main floor layout done. This day we're going to have elevations that we're going to look at. This day it's going to be complete. So it helps the clients to kind of be able to look at. I don't know how many people actually do it, but it's there so that they can look and see what's coming up, see what the next step is going to be, see when the progress payment's going to be due, and just kind of have those things set in on the calendar for them so they can be reminded of them. We have tried using Trello and Slack, and we're going to try to get a little bit better with using something like that where we can just have for the internal team, me and you, the design assistant, as well as my other assistants who manage some of the back end stuff. We use Trello and Slack just for those kind of inter-office communications and just to help so that everybody knows kind of what the status of the project is without needing to send an email or call somebody or text. So the next thing that needs to happen is to set up a new project in our CAD program. In SouthPlan it looked one way, in Cheap Architect it might look another way, so we're still working through some of that, but we'll set up a new project that's specific for the new client in our CAD program. And then the last thing that we need to do to set the project up is to set up the project in our time tracking app Harvest. And that's super easy. It will be done by whoever has admin authority, like administrative access to setting up projects. All right, so those are really basic tools. We are looking into some project management software, whether it's Basecamp or Honeybook or something like that, Monday.com. We might be looking into starting to use another external project management resource that we can have the clients do a lot of the payments online or through these apps or whatever. The whole goal is to make it as user-friendly as possible. So then when we're onboarding clients, that's the next phase in getting started with the project. We want to have this discovery meeting with them. So once they've paid their booking fee, then their starting date is assigned to them. So they pay the booking fee, we assign them a starting date and send them a kind of like a welcome email that says, hey, we've got you booked for such and such date. Here are some tasks that you can work on between now and then, because our dates, our queue is usually booked up for a couple of months currently. So we want them to be thinking and working on all of the information that they can gather for us and be prepared 100% when they start working with us. So we'll send them that welcome email. Here's a list of things that you need to work on or can work on. We share the Google Drive link with them so that they can be accessing the folder and putting things into the folder between now and working with them. Then we schedule that discovery meeting, and it's usually a Zoom meeting. It just makes it easier. People don't have to leave their work, and where you might be out of state, then it makes it super easy to just have it be a Zoom link and a Zoom email. And with that, in order for us to have that discovery meeting, they need to have filled out the lifestyle input form and the priorities ranking form that we have for them. It's kind of like an extraction document where we are kind of pulling information out of them and have it so that we can review it before the discovery meeting. And we can, we'll just go through all of those forms in that discovery meeting. And then in order for us to actually start working on the project and sketching out layouts and designs and anything like that, they need to have signed the work agreement and the media and design release form. Those both need to be signed and submitted, as well as submitting the $1,000 starting deposit to us. No work will begin. We can have the discovery meeting, I'm okay with that, but no work will be done until those two things have been taken care of. So as far as the schedule for the work and for the project, I always try to be overly pessimistic. I'm naturally optimistic by nature. And so I try to be overly pessimistic so that we can under promise and always over deliver. My goal is to, like I said, in another training, disappoint them up front so that they'll be happy at the end. We always want to end on a good note and wherever possible. And the whole work schedule, it's really a results-oriented work environment. So I found that it was always super helpful for me to just assign myself my own deadlines and then verbalize and communicate those deadlines to the clients. And that held me accountable to the promises that I had made. So I assessed the hours that I could work, and I expect that to happen with you as well. So assess the hours that you are available to work, what you've committed to the company to work and to me, and set your work schedule according to that, and then we'll keep track in the Harvest time tracking app so we can see and always be able to pull reports to find out how productive we are and to adjust where we need to so that we can get our work done in a reasonable time frame, and so that we know that we're charging the right amount of per square foot so that our numbers match up. So your work schedule will be determined by what you have available and what you've committed to me as the owner of Domani Home Design, and then just based on what we've promised the individual client. Most clients are told that their project will be done in about 12 weeks. So we try to stick with that as much as possible, and we try to guide them to fit into that time frame. If they don't, then they are have the opportunity is the best word. I don't want to say threatened, but they have the opportunity to be bumped to an hourly rate fee, which is a lot less controlled, and it's a little bit more open-ended. And so a lot of people don't want to be working on an hourly rate. And once we move them to an hourly rate, they have fallen off of the regular schedule. So their project will be worked on as we can fit it in, because we have all the other projects that have assigned dates behind them that are coming online. And so we just can't operate in continued stalemate with every project. We have to keep the projects moving in order to not have this pile up of projects all at once. So that's the basics of our project management and setup systems for right now. And I will see you in the next training.